I flew 1 hour away from Singapore just to find this year's Baju Raya. And what makes it even better, I'm bringing you to 3 must-visit places in KL for Baju Raya hunting, especially if you're coming between February and March. Plus, a few new spots and activities you shouldn't miss. It's a 4-day trip, so don't miss this entire vlog. Happy New Year guys! I'm so grateful that really flying off on our first trip, so a new vlog for you guys. So this time we are flying into KL with Singapore Airlines on a noon flight. So we checked in our bags, grab lunch together as a family, and then say goodbye to my dad who couldn't join us due to work. This is actually the girls' first overseas trip together! Yay! Since this is our first time flying SIA into KL, I thought I'd share a quick comparison with the usual budget flights to see if it's really worth paying that extra bit. Firstly, our flight was scheduled for 12:45 PM, which I thought was a great timing, not too early, not too rush. Downside was that our flight ended up being delayed by 30 minutes. Was a little disappointed at first, but at least the delay wasn't that bad lah. Just something to take note of. Secondly, in terms of in-flight experience, you do get individual in-flight entertainment with a decent range of movies, and I feel it's quite updated. Since it's a short flight, you definitely won't be able to finish an entire movie unless you're watching it at 2x speed. I do have to compliment their safety video though, super creative and inclusive, especially showcase the diverse cultures that make up Singapore. I really love that part. Let's talk about food on SIA. You might think that some complimentary snacks would be served, but apparently no, there are no meals provided and you can't purchase food on board. So the only thing offered was a complimentary drink of your choice. So is SIA worth it compared to budget airlines when traveling to KL? I'll say if you have the means to pay a little extra, then go for it. Personally, I'll choose SIA when flying from KL back to Singapore because we didn't experience any delays. But flying from Singapore to KL, I'd probably stick to a budget airline. Some budget flights are quite infamous for delays, especially during afternoon and evening. So choosing SIA for return would definitely be helpful. Hopefully this helps if you're deciding whether it's worth spending extra on SIA for a short haul flight like this. We landed at KLIA Terminal 1, which was new for us since we usually arrive at KLIA 2. The layout is beautiful, and apparently for luggage collection, you would be required to take a train, which is quite cool. So once that's done, we headed to our hotel. I want to share with you guys a travel tip that I just recently found out. So for this trip, I booked an airport shuttle via booking.com for about $40 fixed price from the airport straight to my hotel. Not sponsored though, just wanted to share you guys because I feel that the experience was genuinely smooth, which maybe you guys want to try out the next time you travel, okay? So I booked a large people carrier for 3 people with 2 medium luggages and 1 small one, and they sent me a Toyota Alphard. One thing I like about this service is that when booking, you will be asked for your flight number so that the driver can track delays, which was really helpful, especially ours was slightly delayed, right? Additionally, you are given the driver's contact number, clear pickup details, and a 45-minute grace period after landing. Best part, no extra payments on the day itself. Everything is paid online. Any extra payments are requested by the driver. Just be cautious. There's a 24/7 help center and a transportation provider hotline that you can contact and confirm, because payment should already be completed online and notified to you. So I hope this has been helpful, and do check it out on booking.com, okay? So Sheraton Imperial Kuala Lumpur is our accommodation for the 4 nights. So we booked interconnected rooms, 1 twin room and 1 king bedroom, costing about $217 per night per room. So let me give you a room tour. There's a closet. So this is an interconnected room to the second room. And then we have the toilet. The toilet are the same. Closet is the same. Okay guys, so right now we are going to Suria KLCC after resting for a short while. So it will be like a 5 to 10 minutes drive from Sheraton Imperial to KLCC. So we spent almost the entire day just from Singapore to KL. So we hope that we get to shop as much as we can. And yeah, so enjoy the rest of the vlog. I'm not sure when I will be talking to you guys. For the first must-visit spot for Raya clothing would be the Isetan KLCC Level 2. So there's a dedicated section here featuring local Malaysian brands, especially for women. So when we visited, many brands were clearing their previous collections or even having sales. Only a few have started to showcase their Raya collection this year. So if you're coming closer to Ramadan or during the Ramadan period, you can expect newer collections to be out. And by the time this video goes live, a lot of brands would have already launched their Raya collection, so this is definitely a great spot to check out, especially if you're in the KLCC area or just happen to be at Suria KLCC. Sadly, we didn't manage to find any Raya outfits here, just a top for my sister. Since it was our first day and we were pretty tired, we ended the night with Charji before heading back to the hotel. See you guys tomorrow! Good morning, today is day 2 and for brunch we are actually going to KLCG Confectionery and Bakery. So I think it's one of the famous bakery here in KL. So we are going there first before meeting my cousin later for lunch. So this was an impromptu lunch date, so we are going to meet them later. So right now we're just waiting for our Grab to our next location, and I'm going to bring you guys to this bakery because I think it's our first time there, and show you guys what are the things that you guys can purchase. They actually opened a second outlet, so I'll link that in the description box in case you guys are going to that area. So enjoy the rest of the vlog and the rest of the day, and see you guys later. Bye!
I can can feel us slipping away. Treading water, yeah, what's the use? I just say play.
For breakfast, we tried the croissant bread pudding, garlic cream cheese salt bread, and croque monsieur along with 2 hot Spanish lattes. Even though the cafe is quite secluded, the exterior is absolutely stunning. So if you're driving here, there's designated parking for customers, which make things a lot easier. Definitely add this to your list of places to try in KL, okay? So later on, we met up with my cousin near Pavilion KL before heading to a food spot that she recommended. Have you heard of beef roti? Well, this is my first time trying it, and honestly, I was a little skeptical because of how simple it looked and being prepared. Luckily, the queue wasn't as long as I heard it could be at night, but we still waited about fairly 20 minutes during non-peak hours. Guys, the taste really lived up to the hype, and the fact that I bought it again before I fly back to Singapore says a lot, okay? Another halal spot you can check out is the Halal Thailand convenience store right opposite the beef roti. Their CP burgers taste surprisingly similar to McD's cheeseburgers. The prices here are quite affordable as well, and they also sell Thai desserts and drinks. But little bit warning guys, the drinks can be very and extremely sweet. Can really potong kaki ya. Anyways, after we said goodbye to my cousin, we headed to KL East Mall. The second must-visit spot when finding your Raya clothing is definitely KL East Mall. If you watched my previous KL vlog, you might remember I only briefly mentioned this place, but today I want to show you guys the spots and the brands that you guys must look out when hunting for your Raya clothing. So compared to Isetan, this mall has about 3 floors dedicated to fashion and beauty by local businesses. There's actually a spot here at KL East Mall that I do not want to gate, which is the basement level. This is where smaller local brands set up their booths. It's already the second year that I managed to find my first day Baju Raya. So here you will find everything from clothing to shawls, inner scarves, accessories, and prices here are generally much more affordable compared to standalone boutiques between level 1 to level 3. We wrapped up the day with dinner at Dolly Dim Sum, did one last round of shopping, and then we headed back to the hotel. So in my next vlog, I'll bring you guys to 2 more Raya shopping areas, trying out Sheila Rusi's restaurant and reviewing the hotel's breakfast, which came highly recommended by hotel guests. So make sure to stay tuned to the next vlog and see you guys. Bye bye!